is Business and Economy Network.
You're watching a program. Those of you watching us in faraway Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ilorin, Sokoto, Kano, Kaduna, Asaba, Enugu, Imo. Those of you watching us in Bauchi, Ibadan, Akure, wherever you're watching your program, those of you watching us via the online, and those of you outside the shores of Nigeria, I would say thank you so very much. This is your program. It is a program. It is Business and Economy Network. On behalf of the production crew, I would say thank you so very much for allowing us into your homes and offices. My name still remains Peter Nwaochei. This is what Business and Economy Network is all about. We bring in companies and firms who started as a small and medium scale enterprises, and again they have evolved to educate, enlighten us, and let us know some of the challenges they have gone through and how they have evolved over the years, and now they are very, very thick. This is what the program is. This is what the program is all about, and this is what we stand for. And I want to say thank you so very much for all of you who have called in and those of you who have written in. The program is a loaded bumper package because we have various companies that are doing very well. The like of El-Mansur and Atelia. We have even Bordas and Associates. To name them, the lists are endless. But it's going to be an interesting watch. I'll be back after this time out. Be inspired, believe in yourself, and hear what the CEOs have to say. Bordas Associates Nigeria Limited, an engineering consultancy firm duly registered and incorporated in Nigeria, is mainly operating in the built environment. Formerly, the company's business name was known as Bordas Group, when its operation spread into the oil and gas subsector of the Nigerian economy. However, the emergence of Bordas Associates Nigeria Limited required the firm to solely operate in the construction industry in Nigeria.
Bordas Associates Limited is an indigenous engineering firm. Basically, we do consultancy, we provide consultancy service, and we are duly registered. We're duly registered and incorporated to offer the service in this country. And initially, we'll register under the business name of Bordas Group. And, eventually, we now try to diversify into other. We have some other part of the Bordas Group that's into oil and gas, and but Bordas Associates Limited is purely consultancy firm as part of Bordas Group.
Bordas Associates has been involved in multiple phases of engineering projects, such as road design projects for Federal Ministry of Works, the design of erosion control system for FEMA, and some other infrastructural projects for Federal Road Safety Commission.
Yes, there are quite a number of challenges. The first thing is to get a job. That is the first challenge, to even get the job. Because the awarding bodies, I'm talking about the NDAs, which are the major clients, or the consultant contractor has. To get the job, those things are not always done properly. So to even get the job from the NDA, so from the client, is the first challenge, we see. Then implementation also, you know, a young engineer, young consultant that you want to organize a firm, you talk about the financial capability. So it's also another issue. So, and nobody is going to help you. Nobody is going to ask you how you're going to get this done. And so you have to try and put yourself together, build everything from the scratch. And that is why we start putting hand in so many other things, you know, to survive in this country. You know, because if you sit down on the consultancy alone, you might not survive it. Some form of the time when you even try to get, when you even got the job, eventually you are not paid. Your payment is delayed. So if your payments are delayed, then you can't pay your staff. How do you cope? You know, you send people to site, you send, you know, you have IT students, you have NYSC core members serving under you, and they can't pay them. You know, it's not too good. So the payment, the financial capability, financial involvement on this project, there are a lot of pose a lot of challenges to to development of engineering firm, you know, in the sector.
In Nigeria, some of the challenges faced by engineering consultancy firm is as follows. First, the problem of getting projects from awarding agents, because the process of awarding projects are not properly handled. Secondly, challenge in capacity of engineering companies to complete projects when clients delay in making payments. The issue of finance is a serious challenge. Only the engineering companies that can easily find the funds to complete projects are capable of competing favorably. While the third challenge is the need for engineers to improve on their managerial skills when supervising the workforce, when managing resources, and when dealing with clients.
Practice is a chain kind of activity. If man A has not done it correctly and is to transfer it to man B, and man B will transfer it to man C, definitely if there is a flaw, an error, then you know that man B will bear the brunt. I pick one of our projects where there was no design. There was no design, there was no soil investigation, there was no survey, and the client just say, okay, give us a design and the cost. You know, like a selective, go to site, bring your cost. Ask some other people, okay, go to site. Well, it's not the normal procurement practice. So, you know, but there is a consultant on the job, on the whole estate. So what we discover is this time is very short. Give it to us now. We need it next week. You know, we need it now. So, and by the time you now start a job like that, you discover that so many things is at stake. The tests that have not been carried out will go a long way of costing you millions when you are implementing your design. I pick one of those infrastructure we are developing in one of our clients' sites. So there was no test. So we started at work, and when we put our equipment, the equipment started sinking. You know, like, what is this? There is nowhere to relocate it. That is the only way map out for this. Is it to change? There is no way you can change the design, because, you know, this is exactly what has to be done. You know, so I think most of the time we have to do the right thing. The right thing in practice, you have to do the right thing. You have to start from the scratch. What and what test do you need to carry out? Then what would that test lead you to? Then what are you going to achieve? What is the goal at the end of the day? So I think those are the things that used to cause a lot of challenge on some of these things. Then even in the ministries, you see, in the ministries, the challenge also boiled down into payments. Payments could also delay a lot of things. You know, you have your job where you finish your job 2 years, you are still waiting for payment. 2 years, you are still waiting for payment, and you know there is no payment, you cannot continue. Some you finish the job, you deliver the job, and they gone to site to check the job, and you're waiting. It's not implemented because ordinarily you don't design a road for 10 years. Of course, so many things will have happened. So when you design a road and you submitted the design, these designs ought to be implemented within, I think they should put it there, within a particular period, right? So, but if you wait, so many things will happen. Maybe if it's a road, for example, and or if it's a bridge that is flooded, and what you are picking as your level of water has risen, or whatever. There are so many factors. So I think also keeping holding designs in consultancy to clients, holding design by clients not implementing your design also is a lot of challenge, because they will call back the consultant and say, okay, come, this design, okay, come and readjust this design. Who pays for that? Come and review this design. Who pays for that? So those are also some of the challenge we need to also pass across, because if you want to, it's always very good if you put a project in the project in the budget, design it, then try as much as possible within 1 or 2 years. Get it out, let it be implemented.
My name is Architect Umaru Aliyu, the President of the Architects Registration Council of Nigeria, and by the grace of God, the Managing Partner of Umar Sanda Associates, a consulting architectural firm in Nigeria. We since observed this, and we had taken steps. The 7 regulatory bodies have come together. Actually, when I was the registrar of the Architects Registration Council, I think in 1998 or thereabout, that we were just 2 years old in Abuja, moving from Lagos, we formed committee of registrars of these 7, and we harmonized and upheld the point that nobody should be allowed to dabble into a field that he is not licensed to. Anybody caught is dealt with. Part of the steps that Arcon took in the last 2-3 years is to make sure that even the remuneration document, in the past we had a combined one, and that gave, unfortunately, room for a lot of abuse. Because it is combined, an innocent client is just given that document and he believes that is the right thing. Yes, otherwise why would I get this whole document together? We as architects said no. We as the coordinator as far as building projects are concerned realize that a lot of our colleagues have doled out this abuse, and we need to curtail it. So Arcon came up with a document for remuneration talking about only what the architect does. And we call that document Conditions of Engagement, Charges and Consultancy Agreement for Professional Architecture and Project Management Services. Kaput. Full stop. If you want us, you are giving us that type of job, you say, we stated categorically here that the standard, the remuneration will be as provided for by those regulatory bodies of the engineers, quantity surveyors, and so on and so forth, not by Arcon. So this in a way helps. We have also discovered that in the process of getting our projects, clients' project approved by development control and whatever, part of our requirement was that the architect must affix his stamp, fix the stamp on each sheet of drawing, and on top of that, he will affix the seal where his name number appears over that, having signed. But we found out that it's been abused. It's been forged left, right, center. So we now said, okay, our job is to protect life and property. If we see loophole, we block it. So in this document that I showed you, we made a proviso that the client should be aware that as you are commissioning the architect, you have a responsibility to ensure that that project is registered and given the Arcon project registration number to certify that the project is actually carried out by a duly registered professional firms.
El-Mansur Atelia Group is a multidisciplinary firm in the built industry in Nigeria, which has been around